Old Testament saints viewed God and Satan not as one against the other. They believed Satan was God's left hand, his angry voice, his official minister of wrath. If there was temptation, destruction, wrath, or death, the Old Testament saints wrongly included Satan in their functional definition and descriptions of God. In the New Testament, temptation, destruction, wrath, and death would be assigned to the adversary. However, in the Old Testament, these destructions were attributed to Yahweh only. They would not pray against the wiles of the devil in the way that New Testament instructs. They would rather beg Yahweh to stay his own wrathful hand. Indeed, in the Old Testament, Yahweh was the only cause of both good and evil. The New Testament, by contrast, changes the identities of God and the devil completely. What is joined at the consensual hip in the Old Testament should be separated and forever severed in the New. Now, Jesus, it could be argued, is the dynamic change in the true God's image. This is from being both God and Satan's image to an all-loving Father. He is the refining fire that burns all the unworthy attributes of the Old Testament God out and brings forth an image of pure and perfect divine nature. Maybe one of the reasons we are so divided and full of pain is because we are all listening to the wrong voices telling us about true love. We've gone straight to the words of Jesus, the one who lived the perfect example of love. There is some of what he had to say about it. Jesus said, "I am in them, and you are in me." May they experience such perfect unity that the world will know that you sent me and that you love them as much as you love me. Or if you love me, obey my commands, John 14:50. And I will ask the Father, and he will give you another advocate who will never leave you. And that's John 14:16. With love in our hearts, love becomes a part of our character. And that shows itself in the way we act. Love becomes the way we talk. It's what we do. It's the highest calling. Now let's give you a few quotes about divine nature. As you awaken to your divine nature, you'll begin to appreciate beauty in everything you see and touch and experience. Wayne Dyer said that. Love is an image of God, and not a lifeless image, but the living essence of the divine nature which beams, full of all goodness. Martin Luther. When you judge others, look at yourself. You too have flaws, and the divine nature has accepted you with all your flaws. So, it doesn't judge you. Who are you to judge? Ravi Shankar. Few find inner peace, but this is not because they try and fail. It's because they don't try. When your life is governed by the divine nature instead of the self-centered nature, you have found inner peace. That was found in Peace Pilgrim. It's all fun.